Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Let's Play Morrowind, specifically Tribunal, where Fathis has reforged True Flame and has been sent by Almalexia to the Clockwork city of Sotha Sil to confront the supposedly mad god and possibly destroy him. Fathis, however, I think is mostly interested in actually trying to talk to the sorcerer, because if anyone's mad around here, it's quite clearly Almalexia. But we'll see what happens. Let's get a bit of light, shall we? Rusted lever, huh? Wow, man, this is some cool steampunkish kind of stuff they got going on here. Swinging axe traps in Morrowind? What madness is this? I feel like I need to use Whirlwind Sprint here. This is weird. Okay, I'm curious now. How much damage do those axes do if you stand in them? Oh, they're pretty much instant death. Yeah, okay. They're not like Skyrim axe traps then. More like the Oblivion ones. Okay, well this is certainly interesting. Never been here before, of course. Like I said, folks, I never beaten Tribunal before, and I've made a few attempts at it. I've definitely never gotten this far, so this is all new to me. Definitely. Completely new. Don't know what to expect beyond this point, although, well, yeah. I'll shut up about it. I was about to say something and I'm not going to. Just filling that dead air while we wait for the game to reload. If I'd remembered it would take this long, I wouldn't have walked into the axe. Okay, good. Anyway. I like the aesthetic, though. It reminds me big time, like super big time of Thief 2, the Metal Age. It's got that kind of thing going on. Like it was weird, really, because like calling Thief 2 steampunk, I don't feel like was quite accurate, really. It was like medieval punk or something. It was like a medieval society, but with advanced technology like this. Thermos fabricant elixir. Okay. There's a dead end in here. What does that do? It's like, no, I'd like to. Get out! Get out! No. There we go. It's a neat animation, though, I gotta say. Even though the place is clearly in a state of disrepair. Unless it's meant to be like this, I could have arrived in the bloody sewer for all I know. Just gonna go open all the doors. Okay, there's nothing much going on in here. Inner flooded halls. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, you are not nearly as scary as you used to be. Actually, thanks to me having really nice armor value now, thanks to the robe and the doodad that I'm wearing. Also, this sword is just the best. Even though it looks pants, it's really good. Let's get this open. Man, man, looking at that mini-map, this so reminds me of, like, an old grid-based dungeon crawler like Lands of Lore or something, just by the layout here with the perfect squares and everything. This is actually, when you think about it, it's actually a very old-school style dungeon, isn't it? You could totally go through all this, like, one grid square at a time, like this. Boop. That's what it feels like. It feels like one of those, well, a dungeon from one of those games. I feel like I should be picking up rocks and throwing them at switches. We're just, shutting that again. Oh, thank goodness. I thought for a minute there I'd shut myself in, and then I realised, wait, no, that's the switch I used to shut it in the first place. It's in here. Okay, well. So I'm going to want to open this up. Oh, good, more swinging axe. Why are there swinging axe traps here? This is what I don't understand. I thought we were in some kind of sewer or something here, but apparently it's got swinging axe traps just for good measure. Oh, hello. You gonna come down here and get caught in the axe trap? That would be grand. Oh no, you're just gonna die. That's weird. Should I be concerned about that? Good God, I've just realised something. You know how Morrowind, when you start it off, you have a really terrible, really low move speed? Imagine if, like, you still had it at this point. Like, you had a character that you just didn't upgrade the speed of, and you're trying to get through swinging axe traps while moving at, like, walking pace like this. Oh, that would not be fun. Oh, that's why they died. There's another bunch of axe traps down here, of course. Hall of Delirium. That sounds fun. Oh, okay, this is very different all of a sudden. What the devil's going on here, then? Oh. That's just nasty. Now you know what this is reminding me of. This is reminding me of the Infernal Machine from Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. Similar kind of aesthetic, very similar color palette. Came out 4 years before this game, I think. No, 3 years actually. It was 1999 that game came out. Oh, nice, lovely music now. Morrowind really could have benefited from some dungeon music, couldn't it? Hello, beasties. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm about to get murdered. Good thing you got stuck, wasn't it? I went to that stage of the game where I daren't cast Absorb Health or anything, because everything I seem to run into has Reflect Magic. Let's just have a potion, shall we? Yeah, some sound effects aren't quite working in here, are they? Either. This very sudden fade in, fade out. It's a bit like the sort of horrifyingly loud waterfall effect from earlier, but like nowhere near as aggressively loud, obviously. It does occur to me I could have just levitated over that, but I did want to see what lay in the side passages. Central Gearworks. Oh my days. looks a little dangerous, I must admit. Ooh. Probably don't want to fall into that. Chamber of Solar. Hall of Theuda. Anything else around here? Yeah, I really should rest and level up, I suppose. Bit difficult to rest in a place like this, though. I would submit. Chamber of Solar. Seem to have, yeah, okay. Let's check out the Chamber of Solar. Oh, it's a hulking fabricant with a bit more health than the other dudes. Yeah, tastes horrible. Should definitely quick save more often as well. Oh, I'm enjoying this, I've got to say. It's amazing what a fresh dungeon tile set can really do for the experience. But these guys are no bloody joke, are they? These hulking fabricants, you want to watch out for them. I feel like not a lot was achieved by coming here. Is there some sort of item I should have collected? Or is this whole little area here just a total red herring? I really don't know. Okay, where's the other bit we want to go through? Here. Hall of Theuda. Ow. What the... How did I not see you? No, it's just the Venom's Fabricant. I thought there was something to interact with there. Dome of Casia. Oh boy. Okay. So that get rather mean. What can we do here? Buff myself with this. I could frickin' levitate. That'd be a good idea, actually. Does not work here. Sotha Sil, you git. Right. Have a storm atronach to play with. And a hunger. Alright, I need to... One thing I need to do, actually, is hotkey. I need to hotkey... True Flame. That's the one. True Flame. There it is. Sorry, Goldbrand, you are old news. Friendship ended with Goldbrand. True Flame is my new best friend, even though it looks terrible. Aside from the texture being awful, it's just the most ridiculous looking sword ever. Looks like it's wandered in from a Final Fantasy game and gotten lost. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa! Okay. Okay, that's certainly interesting. How are we going to negotiate our way past this? I know how. go. Sometimes you can almost hear my genius. There we go. The Dome of Serlin. Let me put my Boots of the Apostle on before we go any further. Okay, we got a couple of levers. Not a lot else. I assume it's going to open up some sort of entryway. I don't know. Oh god, now what's happening? Oh, is this producing the fabricants? Is that what's happening here? Rusted lever. Oh, that's stuck. Now that's stuck. What? Do I need to use mark and recall here or something to get inside and then out? And I mean, it's as good as an idea as any, isn't it? Let's give it a try. Unless it's going to be like, oh, levitation magic doesn't work here either. Of course it doesn't. Christ. This feels like it should be simple. I'm failing at it. Oh! Don't worry, folks, I'll figure it out eventually. Honest. I can just... There's nothing even up there, is there? No, it doesn't look like it. No, we need to go through, not over. Maybe I just need to wait for another fabricant to come through and open the door, because that seems to be the only other way to get this front door open is if a fabricant spawns. Where is that steam even coming from? Follows fails flail wildly at the machine. Oh, there's a thing. There's a thing. I think I needed to get inside, maybe. Let's try that again. Is that going to close now? Damn it. How do I do this? both spin when I do that. And that one gets stuck. Oh, bloody hell, I give up. Well, I had a look on the wiki. It's still not totally clear, if I'm honest. But it's... I basically got the right idea. I need to sort of, like, get it to the back door of the thing to open while a fabricant's being made. And quickly... Yep, get through like this. Here we go. I've done it in one now. There we go. Hall of Salemu, finally. Just had to sit there and think about it for a brief moment without the camera on, and we were alright. Oh, I'm going to need a potion here. Oh, thankfully we managed to block that. Bloody hulking fabricants, man. Tough as old balls. Ow. Oh, more increases to my lovely skills. Dome of Udok. Whoa. Bit different. Alright, great. Now what do we need to do? A lot of cogs. Oh! Jolly good. I was expecting a puzzle, but perhaps not. All of Miletho. This is just it then, it's just corridors and then the fabricants with the occasional puzzle. I know there's a mod you can get for Morrowind nowadays that totally overhauls the Clockwork City. I deliberately didn't go with it for this playthrough because I'd never done the Clockwork City before and I wanted to see what it's like in the original game. But I can see why someone made an overhaul, for sure. There isn't even much in the way of clutter to pick up, you know? It's like no loot or clutter, it's just bare, empty rooms. Very impressive looking bare, empty rooms, but still technically bare, empty rooms, you know? Oh, the last words of Sotha Sil. It's actually just a number of individual letters gathered together inside a leather folder. Sotha Sil. Friend Divaith. It is... Oh! Yeah, good grief. It's too long since we've spoken, and it's too often recently I have seen your words. You toy with the minds of these curious mortals. The tools of Kagranak in your possession? I think not. Were you to have them, I would fear for your life. They are not tools for mortals' fear, as you well know. And what of your own mortality? How does that stand? If you live longer than a god, are you any less sublime? There has always been something different in you, though, I think. I believe you find a certain joy in your own mortality, thin stretched though it may be. It is a good quality in you. Your curiosity is troublesome. You are a wizard, a scholar, a delver into past and futures. This I understand, as I have been all these things and more. Curiosity is an odd thing. It is a bright path, surrounded by brambles. You are an interesting creature, my friend, and I would not wish you ill. I implore you, take greater care with your words. The mortal mind is easily fractured by the divine. For now, I will watch you entertain yourself as you toy with so much talk of the how and the where. These are the questions most easily answered, but they will be the least satisfying. Sotha Sil. Thieves? An interesting concept. Did we steal the essence of the divine, or was it given to us freely that we might lead our people into a new age? Few called us thieves when by words and by right the princes of oblivion were bound to a truce. Fewer still when Mehrunes Dagon broke that truce himself and was broken on the soil of Mournhold. The events of Red Mountain happened so long ago. What has Lord Vivec told you about that day? Did he wrap it in riddles, give you an array of possible pasts, all leading to the same inevitable future? That is his way. Do not curse him for this, as this is what he is, a puzzle, the opposition to his own viewpoint. Almalexia would tell the story best, I think. She, of us all, was the closest to Nerevar, lover, counsel, general. And she of all of us wears the mantle of a god most proudly. She has walked among the people and learned their frailties, learned them well. Men of God, gods of men. Which should you fear the most? You wonder where the Dwemer have gone. Perhaps better to wonder why one remains. Even gods dislike the absolute, for it stinks of something larger than themselves. Still I watch. I watch, I wonder, I build, I tear down. Am I a god? As surely as any are. Gods have forever to measure their words, mortals only moments to hear them. Is the Lord Vivec a god? As surely as I am. Vivec is a poet. Trust not the words of a poet, as he is born to seduce. Yet for poetry to seize the heart, it must ring with the chimes of truth. Is the Lady Almalexia a god? As surely as is Lord Vivec. Almalexia is a warrior. Beware the warrior, as her steel may not distinguish friend from foe. But in a true hand, a sharp blade may carve history. Again you ask, am I a god? I am Sotha Sil. I am the mage. I am the clockmaker. You ask where is my Clockwork city is. Some say in the swamps of Black Marsh. Others claim it is deep in the ground beneath Ebonheart. I have even heard it told that my lady is... What am I on about here? I've even heard it told that my city is contained within a jar on the Lady Almalexia's mantle. These are all true and false. My city is where I live, and I live in my city. Its location is unimportant, as I am its only citizen. Okay, just minor sidebar here for a moment, folks. I'm enjoying this, but I really hate this line that gets reused all the time in everything. Not just this game, not just the Elder Scrolls, bloody everything. They do the whole sort of like, these are all true and also false bullshit to make things sound mysterious. Because we can't be bothered to think of a actual goddamn explanation, so we'll just say, oh, it both is and is not. It is true, but it is also false. Blah, 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 blah. It just drives me freaking mental. It's such an annoying little trope. Anyway, sorry. The Dwemer were the Dwemer. The Kaimer were the Kaimer. Now the Dwemer are gone, and the Kaimer are changed. Azura's words weigh heavy, but we have discussed the words of gods already, have we not? I am Sotha Sil. I watch, I wonder, I build, I tear down. Okay. Sotha Sil, Dome of the Imperfect. Oh, those don't look friendly. Oh, goodness me. Oh my god, how much health? This thing is very loud. Let's buff ourselves with that boof ourselves. What am I talking about? It's just not reflecting my magic yet. Imperfect. There was something really disturbing about its horrifying wails. That sounded like a creature in pain. more than anything else. Ah. You have found the body of Sotha Sil, his lifeless hulk dangling from a contraption of his own making. Someone has obviously been here before you.
Here it ends. This Clockwork city was to be your death. You were to be my greatest martyr, the heroic Nerevarine, sacrificing all to protect Morrowind from a mad Sotha Sil. But you live. You live. Fear not. I will tell the tale myself when this is done. I will tell my people how with your dying breath you proclaimed your devotion to me, the one true God. Your death will end this prophecy and unite my people again under one God, one faith, one rule by my divine law. The puppet king will lay down his arms and bow to my will. Those who do not yield will be destroyed. The mazed band has allowed me to travel to this place. Here I slew Sotha Sil. Here I summoned the fabricants to attack Mournhold. I will be the savior of my people. I alone will be their salvation. None may stand in my way. Not you, and certainly not Vivek. He is a poet, a fool. I will deal with him when I have finished with you. And Sotha Sil. He always thought himself our better, shunning us, locking himself in his hole. He spoke not a word as he died, not a whisper. Even in death he mocked me with his silence. But I think you will scream, mortal. For now you face the one true God.
Your journal has been updated. Oh boy. Here we go. Oh goodness me. Ow. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. I need to drop a quick save. As ill-advised as it might be in this particular position, I'm not sitting through all that again. Oh dear. Alright, we're gonna fight a god, everybody. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, you're in so much trouble. Oh, dear me. Oh, God. Oh, God. Get up, Pat. Let's get up. Alright, we just keep this up for a bit. We might be alright. Alright, boost ourselves again with that. Gonna need 4 speed. Certainly wouldn't hurt right now, I must admit, actually. Storm Magic exclusive, there we go. Yeah, out of magicka? Can gods run out of magicka? That doesn't seem right somehow. Oh boy. We need some Restore Magic exclusives, or we're gonna die. Oh! I need to boost myself for this again. I knew the spell would be a good idea. Hell's bells, it's done. Oh, Christ, it's light armor. Freaking nice. I just killed Almalexia. How are we gonna spin this to the temple exactly? Oh, let's take the maze band. Hope's Fire, 10 to 68 damage tops. And the shock damage as well. Well, it looks much better than this. Left pauldron, right pauldron, and I'll take her outfit, although, to be honest, I look a bit weird on this. Go around dressed like Princess Leia. Okay, let's catch up on the journal here. Almalexia has appeared in the Clockwork City and revealed all. Using the dimension-traveling powers of the Maze Band, Almalexia travelled to the Clockwork City to slay Sotha Sil. Oh man, so she did that really recently. Like, she did that right after I gave it to her. And the portal of the Fabricants to Mournhold. She believes the time of the Tribunal has ended, and now she alone may usher Morrowind into a new era as the one saviour of her people. I fear it is Almalexia who has gone mad, and not Sotha Sil. Oh, we're just now figuring that out, are we, Journal? Almalexia is dead at my hand. The goddess hoped to leave me here dead and make me a martyr to her new cause. Now, she and Sotha Sil both lie dead in what is left of the Clockwork City. Good bloody riddance. Okay. You've killed a god, Fathis. How do you feel about that, mate? How do we use the maze band, then? Is it like one of my other fancy rings? Here we go. Teleport to Vivek, Mournhold, Sotha Sil. Mournhold. Feel the powerful force interrupt the maze band spell and pull you towards Mournhold. Oh. Yes. Hi, guys. Hand Vonos. Vonos Ferry. I didn't realize you guys had names this whole time. We await the goddess's command. Her word is the law. There is no time to speak with the likes of you. Sure, dude.
Trust in gods and justice.
Almalexia is one of the gods worshipped by the Dunman Tribunal Temple. I think the lie might work better. Why not, right? We're only continuing the tradition, right? I found Almalexia and Sotha Sil dead. Huh? You are a foreigner. Many foreigners cannot understand our living gods. Are you speaking figuratively, in metaphors, in some poetic way? Are you a follower of some peculiar Western cult? Please, excuse me, but what you say makes no sense at all.
I'm listening.
Nobody's going to believe me. I have her damn sword. Hold on. What if I equip it? No, dude, you don't get it, do you? What if we say we... Oh!
You have done well, mortal. The death of Almalexia is a boon for all of Morrowind, though it may take time for this to be understood. She would have betrayed the dumber as surely as she had betrayed all those whom she loved. This was her curse and her undoing. Weep not for Sotha Sil. He shed his mortality long ago, and I am certain his death was no small relief to him. These gods lived with the burden of a power no mortal was meant to possess. There is much for you still to do. Vivek lives, and he may yet have a part to play in your future. Continue on your chosen path. The skies of Mournhold are clear once again. Let these people suffer no longer. Now go, mortal. Embrace your destiny and go with my blessing.
Well, you got your revenge then, didn't you? She's dead. So is Sotha Sil. Yeah. Burden they were not meant to possess. Why does that feel like an emperor leaning down and explaining to a peasant that, oh, you simply could not be emperor like me. It is a burden that you peasants were not meant to possess. Whatever you say, Azura.
The
What
king
are you
commands.
staring at?
Helseth. Greetings, Father Sylvan. There is still much to be done for the people of Morrowind, but I want to honor you for what you have done so far. I wish to speak to you about becoming a knight of Morrowind. For your service to the royal throne and Morrowind, I am giving you a patent of Morrowind nobility. Your title is Knight of Morrowind, and you are now a member of the Morrowind nobility with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that entails. This is the lowest rank of nobility, but a future service to the royal throne and Morrowind could lead to greater honours. Here is a copy of my official document already registered with the Royal Office of Heraldry. Thank you, Father Sylvan, Knight of Morrowind. Oh boy, here we go. The attacks what Almalexia is doing? And now you say that both she and Sotha Sil lie dead in the Clockwork City? She murders Sotha Sil and then tries to kill you as well? Astounding! I believe your tale, Father Sylvan, but do not expect my people to be so accepting of it. You will find it is not so easy to kill these gods in the hearts and minds of their followers. It will take time, but this will be a new era for Morrowind, and I will lead them into it. You have done well, my friend. You have my gratitude. Yes, I'm sure you're delighted, aren't you? You get to go from being a useless figurehead to... Look, I don't want these. Actually, how over-encumbered am I? I could give them to Sarah and Natasha instead if I really wanted to. I think I'm quite monstrously over-encumbered right now. If I equip that, and I equip... Okay, where has it got to? Mithras Stanchion. Do I even have it on me still, or did I get rid of it? No, there it is. The logo for it looks like a sword, which kind of always confused me a bit, but there it is. Alright, now I can move. I don't know what to do now. I feel like I must tell the world that...
The king commands.
But nobody will believe me. I suppose that's the problem with killing gods. Nobody's going to believe you afterwards. I understand you've been to the Clockwork City and you're alone returned. You've consorted with gods. What can this queen do for you? I understand that you've told my... That was quick. I understand you've told my son of the death of the goddess and the passing of Sotha Sil. Keep this information close, Sotha Sil, and the people of Morrowind will need time to accept what has happened. Until then, continue to watch over them.
The goddess is gone, yet you remain. You are a mystery, Sarah.
Life in general is a mystery, Queen Berenziah. When earth is sundered and skies choked black, and sleepers serve the 7 curses, to the hearth there comes a stranger, journeyed far, neath moon and star. Though stark-born, to sire uncertain, his aspect marks his certain fate. Wicked stalk him, righteous curse him, prophets speak, but all deny. Many trials make manifest the stranger's fate, the curse's bane. Many touchstones try the stranger, many fall, but one remains. In the warm glow of the late afternoon, a lone white dove swoops low over Vivek City before landing to perch upon the tallest spire of High Fane. Far below, bells ring, censers burn softly, and a choir prepares to sing as a priest, clad in gold and pale blue, rumbles towards the final words of his sermon. The malingering presence of the moon casts its shadow over the proceedings, leaving half the terrace in cool shade, while the other half radiates in the lazy afternoon warmth of the sun, whose rays twinkle like sapphires on the water across the bay. The idyllic scene is disrupted by a distant rumble of thunder, and as minutes pass, the static charge of an oncoming storm can almost be tangibly felt in the air. The choir begins to move inside, the gondoliers start securing their boats, and an atmosphere of anticipation falls over the holy city. Across the sea, in Necrum, a burial procession makes its way through the streets, past the shrines and churches, past the onlookers and the ordinators in mourning, their bone-white faces staring with lidless black eyes. They carry the ashes of a nobleman, a proud old Mer of Indoril, who seeks rest among the silent generations that call this place home. He is among the last of the Dunmer to die before the beginning of the new era, and as his spirit leaves to join the ranks of the glorious dead, so goes with him 4,000 years of status quo. In the hushed grey halls of the Imperial Palace in Cyrodiil, a letter arrives on the candle-lit desk of Chancellor Akato. Contained within is an anonymous tip-off about a potential plot against the Emperor's life. By sheer chance, however, as the Chancellor is about to read it, he places it face down back on the desk, distracted by the arrival of a herald of King Helsith, bringing news of the God Queen Almalexia's fate. Much later, his secretary mistakes the face-down parchment for some blotting paper, and with a few careless dabs of ink, it is rendered indecipherable. The letter is thrown away, with nobody any the wiser as to its contents. The second hand of history's clock ticks ominously forwards. In the entrance hall of Tel Uvirith, the Nerevarine takes one last final glance around before leaving. He is clad in the robes of the Archmagister and wears a raiment fashioned from the armour of a dead god, killed by the unknowable Dwemer magics of True Flame. In the presence of such artifacts of divinity, he makes that most mortal of gestures, a long, loud yawn. He hasn't slept. The choice presented before him, the one that awaits atop Red Mountain, has tugged at his mind for all his waking hours since leaving Mournhold. He still hasn't made it, and suspects that perhaps he won't be able to until he actually stands in the heart chamber. It's time to leave. Curiously, he waves a nonchalant cheerio to a passing servant, as if popping out to smoke his pipe rather than make history. The round door closes behind him, and he steps into the dawn. Meanwhile, the servant in question stops for a moment, having noticed that dangling at Master Ulvin's side is a quiver of odd-looking arrows. That's odd, she thinks. She'd never seen the Archmagister partake in archery before, but then these Telvanni are all quite whimsical folk, she supposes with a shrug. As she resumes her floor sweeping, she stops again and snaps her fingers in irritation. She forgot to ask if the Master would be back for supper. So, folks, Faeryn has arrived at Ghostgate. The final pages of this final chapter are about to unfold. Because very soon we're going to be heading up that mountain, recovering Keening and Sunder, and then confronting Dagothr. Better check inside though first. Talk to the buoyant armigers and the Ordinators. Oh, need to switch my boots out. I was using the boots at lightning speed to get here faster. There we go. I'm up to 90 armor now with the boots of the Apostle equipped, because I've got Almalexia's pauldrons, which have quite a high armor rating on them, which is rather nice. Don't mind saying. Rather good indeed. We, of course, have True Flame. We also have Hope's Fire. And all of our other gadgets and widgets and things. The Staff of Channeling, which is very low on charge at the moment, actually. Have I got a spare... Yeah, let's use that. Recharge the Staff of Channeling. A tiny, tiny bit. But luckily it has loads of charge, so it probably doesn't... It's not as bad as it looks. Right. Yeah. Got everything else. There it is, True Flame. 12 to 72 damage. The Sword of Nerevar. Ready to be wielded once again. And there's Moon and Star as well. I feel like we should be really should be wearing Moon and Star, you know. Let's take off Den Stagma's ring. Let's put on Moon and Star. Wouldn't be right otherwise. We have a buoyant armiger. Hello, Fathers Ulvin. The Archcanon has announced that Lord Vivek has selected you as a champion of the temple in the war against Dagothr in the 6th house. I'm very happy, and I will pray for you and the success of your quest. Now, can I help you? Are you looking for someone in particular? Do you need services? Do you need blah, 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 blah? Ordinators are in the Tower of Dawn, Anish Roma and Publican of the Redoran Hostel, and the buoyant armigers are in the Tower of Dusk. Ilvasi Avani's are the priest to the temple. Advice? You look like someone who's thinking about going into Red Mountain. No! Create the citadels. The ancient Dwemer citadels in Red Mountain are no longer known by their Dwemer names, but now take the names of their Dagoth lords, Endusal, Odrasal, Veminal, Turanulal, and Dagothr. Right, I think we want Odrasal and Veminal. I think those are the two where we might find Keening and Sunder. All our intelligence is old. No one has ventured inside the fence for years. This map shows the locations of the citadels of the various ash vampires. 6th house creatures have become far more numerous and powerful, and the most powerful can conjure powerful Daedra. Until recently, we've been able to clear routes and keep them clean with raids, but no longer. There are no safe refuges or services inside the fence. You must return here to rest and heal. A map of Red Mountain has been added to our inventory, okay. Almalexia. No, we're good. Let's have a look at this map. Morrowind Pattern of Nobility. Oh, I didn't look at this. Patent of Nobility, indeed. A Knight of Morrowind, as if such a thing were to exist. That's imperial nonsense. Buoyant Armiger's map of the Red Mountain. Citadel Veminal northwest, Tyrrendilal northeast, Dagoth center, Endusal southwest, Odrasal southeast. A map of Vardenfell is honestly not that useful, but hey, Ghostgate south. Okay, so the southwest and southeast are where we will find what we are looking for. I don't suppose they marked them on our map, did they? That would have been much too handy. Odrasal, Veminal. Is that where we need to go? Veminal? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Dagoth Vemin and Dagoth Odros. That's what we're after. Okay. Let's see if any of the others have stuff to say. Hello, Father Sylvan, the Archcount. Yeah. Wow.
Yes, Outlander, what may I do for you?
Okay. I think that's all we're going to get from these guys. Hello. They call me Wolf. What brings you to Ghostgate? Hell of a place. Why are you here? I am the Nerevarine, and I go to confront Dagoth in his citadel. What a piece of luck. Look, I'm an old Legion veteran. As old as the poor old Emperor, bless his soul. I'm too old for campaigning. I came this far to look at hell, but I can't go any farther than this. I'd take it kindly if you'd carry this old lucky coin with you when you go to Dagoth. Sort of a token of the tough young hero I used to be. Would you do that for an old man? Alright, from one old man to another, I'll take your old lucky coin to Dagoth with me. That's very kind of you. Here's the coin. I've had it with me a long time, and it's always brought me luck. But I've no more use for it, and I'd like to pass it on to somebody younger, somebody going places I can't go anymore. Your generation's shaper of history and engine of destiny. That coin will bring you luck on the mountain, I promise. For Emperor and Empire, as we say in the Legions. Go with Kinnereth. So your name is Wolf? Yep, that's me. Great Citadels. The only approach to the Greater Citadels is up before Yarda. Poor old Emperor. The Emperor's getting old. Don't know how much longer he'll hang on. So is the whole Empire, for that matter. Getting old, that is. The Emperor and the Legions have held the Empire together for hundreds of years. It's been a good thing, by and large, but maybe it's time for a change. Time for something young and new. What? No idea. Because I'm old. Old dog doesn't get new ideas. But maybe young folks like you should try some new ideas. I don't know. Could be messy. But change is never pretty. Old man's lucky coin. If we look up here... Huh. I have to admit, I thought that would give you something up there. Okay. Guess we can talk to the Ordinators. Oh, actually, no. There's a smith downstairs, isn't there? I should get my stuff repaired before I go, in case it needs repairing. Yeah, let's do that. Tower of Dusk, low level. I think there's a smith down here, right? Or is that in the other tower? No, here we go. Hello, Fathis. I've heard that Lord Vivek has declared you to be the incarnate and Nerevarine of prophecy. Sudden changes of doctrine upset some people, but Dagoth is the real enemy, and we offer prayers and thanks for the new hope you bring us. Now, how can I help you? You can... repair a true flame for me. Anything I can barter with? I could buy a glass helm off you, I suppose, if I really wanted to. I don't think I will, though. I think we'll be just fine. Oh, he's gone.
Please, have a look around.
You see an old man here called Wolf? Old Imperial fellow Legion veteran named Wolf? No. Nobody like that up here that I remember. Don't remember any old Legion veterans here at all, in a very long time. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. He hasn't seen him either. What was that about, Fathers wonders? I think he perhaps has an inkling, but he wouldn't say it out loud. Do you know what? I don't think the Ordinators are going to tell us anything the buoyant armigers haven't already. It's time to go. Oh god, you lot aren't wasting any time, are you? Time to ascend beneath the purple sky, apparently. True flame shall light the way. Let's see, Odrasal is next to us over here, apparently. Oh yeah, we're going to need plenty of levitate on this, aren't we? Oh, goodness me. I've got a god to kill? Cliff Racer, do you mind? Another god to kill, of course. Should be just in front of us, although I don't see anything. Unless... Oh, hello. It's coming into view now. Do I have my constant effect shield thingy going on? Yes, I do, from Wraithguard. It's just the visual effect is not there anymore. I like to think that the shield from Wraithguard is keeping all the ash out of his face. Since we're not wearing a mask or something. Odrasal Dwemer Training Academy. I bring the light of Azura to this dark place. Oh, man, memories. This particular Dwemer ruin, this particular crater citadel, is one of the dungeons I remember coming to my first ever playthrough of Morrowind. As soon as I wandered by accident, I found Ghostgate. And this was back when I didn't even know there was a main plot to this game. I thought it was just a cool fantasy world you could explore. And I kind of just ran around treating it like Grand Theft Auto, but fantasy. And I came into the Ghost Fence, and I wandered up the mountain, no clipping away with console commands, I think, if I recall. Because I got very frustrated trying to climb the slopes. And I wandered into this place. And it was the first time I ever saw one of those big old pizza cutter battle axes. And I nicked the claymore as well, because I think I was a long blade character. Rising force quality, eh? Dagoth. Odros, I presume. I have come for you. Yeah, he wasn't going to survive long against me, was he? I killed Almalexia. These guys are just nothing by comparison. Here's the Amulet of Heartfire, which I will take. A dead dreamer. He doesn't have Sunder with him, though, is the thing. I can't help but notice that. Sunder or Keening, for that matter. Asta's armor as hammer. But no. Golden Saint just chilling out down here. Okay, Odrus. Maybe he's not one of the ones we're after. Maybe I've misremembered. Feminal. I mean, I noticed that Endusal's not on here anywhere that I can see. We should consult the journal. I have to go back quite a way, though. No, Veminol and Odrasol. Oh, hello. Whoa! Buddy. There's a few Ash Poets in here. One or two. Oh, by Jove, there it is. Keening. Shortblade, one-handed. 9 to 18 damage thrust. Constant effect, Fortify Magic 50 points, Health 30 points, Attack 10 points, Agility 10 points, Speed 10 points. We have recovered Keening. Oh, that's a beautiful model one of the mods has done for it. That's gorgeous. Something's remodeled and retextured it. Marvelous. Okay, we have Keening. Now we need to find Sunder on Veminol. Getting to Veminol is going to be an interesting challenge, I'm sure. Is this? No, there's no way is this it. This would be Endosal or something. there's the sheep. Wrong place, wrong time, Scrib. Or Shalk, even. Kagranak's study. Endosal, yeah. Oh, that wasn't the right bloody spell. Sometimes maybe my number 7 key is going because that's not the first time I've gone to select Azura's Light and cast it and it hasn't worked. Hello. You cannot stand against True Flame. There are few who can. Yeah, I need to back outside. Dead wizard. Hello. Dagoth Mendrus. Dagoth Endus, I have come for you as well. I shall destroy all the heart whites. Before I confront Dagoth There he is. Wow, he really did go down quite easy, didn't he? He has the Amulet of Heart Rhyme. I'll take that too. Kagranak's Journal. I think we have more than one copy of that now. Okay. Dagoth Endus is now dead. Just continue our journey. Wow, you survived a hit from that spell? I am amazed, dude. Feminel is this way. Okay, better go across the rickety rope bridge above the lava. What could go wrong, eh? No way you're surviving no hit from that, you stupid cliff racer. Don't care if you're blighted. Is the storm letting up a bit, or is that my imagination? I think he is letting up a bit. We must be on a favourable slope or something, I don't know. A westward wind is blowing the blight away for a brief moment here. Oh, we've gotten way off course here. Okay, need to go back this way. Is that it down there? Looks like it probably is. Onwards. We're nearly there. And I say that both in game terms and also quite literally. It's been 6 years, folks. Possibly just a little over that by now. And here we stand on the slopes of Red Mountain, waging the final battle. It's a little surreal, to be honest with you. I've been at this Let's Play for so long, part of me thought this day would never come. I felt convinced that some sort of save game corruption or something would happen. I mean, it's not over till the fat lady sings, right? There's still time, I suppose. But, I mean, judging by how long it takes for me to save the game at this point, and how long to reload the game after dying, it's probably past time. I think Fathers' save game is already quite large, even when you remove the bloat using Rhymash. It's pretty gigantic. It's several megabytes. I think this is the longest I've ever played a Morrowind character, for sure. That's for damn sure. I've never played a Morrowind character longer than this. Done so many quests. Explored so much of the map. And I've played this game a long time, so that really means something, but yeah. And yet, look how much more there is still. Even just on Vardenfell. There's so many factions that we did not do. Loads of factions we didn't do, in fact. cries are waking, yeah. All cries are going to be very silent pretty soon. If I have my way. Hello, hello, hello. More of yous. Where are you, Dagoth Vermin? Oh, god damn it. You and your damn reflect spells. Yeah. Reflect magic, bastard Dremora. Where's my restore health? He didn't know what hit him, did he? Oh god, there he is. Hello. I didn't expect to be able to actually speak to the guy. What, you want to talk? You want to surrender? To boast? To talk me to death? Don't bother, you're not scaring anyone, you know. Just makes you look nervous. Come on. I'm waiting for you to make the first move. You're the challenger. I'm one of the oldest things to have ever slipped from a wound, Fathis Ulven. But I've never heard of someone talk to death. Of course, there's always a first time, and I was brought up properly. I know it's not polite to interrupt, so you just go ahead. Talk all you want, and when you're done, go home. Or take your best shot. It's all the same to me. Surrender? Don't bother. You surrender, I'll kill you. You want to go home? Fine, I won't touch you. But you lay a hand on me, and we fight until you're dead. Okay, or he could just attack me, dude. Yeah. That was kind of weird, wasn't it? Dagoth Vermin is dead. And with his death, we take Sunder and the Amulet of Hearth-Heal. Or Heart-Heal, really. Sunder. 12 to 80 damage. Constant effect, Fortify Attack 30 points on self. Fortify Strength 20 points on self. Fortify Attack, I think, is there to help you actually use it when the time comes, even if you don't have blunt weapon skill. Drain Fatigue 1 point on self. Fortify Endurance 20 points on self. Fortify Luck 20 points on self. Perhaps I should try wielding it. Oh, it looks beautiful, of course. Come on, something come here so I can whack it. So I'm not taking this as seriously as perhaps I should, am I? Oh yeah, it hits like a truck, alright. It just doesn't always hit, is the problem. Yeah, let's go back to True Flame, shall we? Alright, I want to get out of here now. This place is horrible. In Citadel Aldrasil, I discovered the artifact Blade Keening, one of the enchanted tools created by the Dwemercraft Lord Kagranak, and in Citadel Verminal, I discovered the artifact Hammer Sunder. Oh, here, look at it. Look at this. At Ghostgate, I met an old Imperial veteran. He asked me to take an old lucky coin with me when I go to Dagoth Ur. And I agreed. He gave me the coin, an old worn Imperial Drake, and hoped it would bring me luck. It is strange, but I have a feeling. I know this encounter has marked my fate and fortune. You have gained a new power, Luck of the Emperor. Oh, there it is. Fortify Luck 20 points, 120 seconds on self. Now there's some irony. Fath is using a power called Luck of the Emperor. Well, there's only one place left to go. Let's put this guy out of his misery first, though. Oh boy. We're going to need to levitate pretty soon, I suspect. Let's just get rid of you, shall we? Oh, bitter green plants are very resilient, apparently. Hell's bells. What on earth? No, don't kill me, please. Oh, God. That was a Dremora Valkynads, apparently. Whew. I need to go this way. Oh no, a slight incline. However shall I conquer it? Yeah, come here, you. Don't know exactly what you were hoping to accomplish with that little cudgel of yours, but... yeah, we need to get up here. Just go ahead and delete you. Keep going this way, apparently. Thought when I climbed that I was actually climbing the edge of the crater, but I was apparently totally bloody wrong. Oh, God. Every time the game stutters like that, I clench slightly. Oh, bullseye. What a shot. Oh, the devil? I mean, you're a dreamer, I assume. Dreamer prophet. Dagoth itself is this way. No, 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 no. Wrong spell, wrong spell. Oh boy, here we go. The crater of Red Mountain, ladies and gentlemen. And this is the entrance. For those who can see, the way is shut. This is what we need. Just like outside Nishuleft. Not Nishuleft, sorry, Arkenthand. A longer time ago than I care to remember. And here we are. Dagoth outer facility, ladies and gentlemen.
There is no escape!
You're right. But there's no escape
Come
for
to
you.
the Hard Chamber. I wait for you there, where we last met countless ages ago.
Whew. Okay, yep, that shocked me just about as much as it did the first time I played the game. I forgot he does that.
Come to me through fire and war. I welcome you. Welcome, Moon and Star. I've prepared a place for you.
In a tower? We don't have time for side passages anymore, folks. We have but a single destination.
Come, bring Wraithguard to the Heart Chamber. Together, let us free the cursed false gods.
Well, not that way. A bit more light, if we please. There we go. I've got Bone Walker. Don't... Ugh. Oh, he did manage to damage my health.
Welcome, Nerevar. Together we shall speak for the law in the land, and shall drive the mongrel dogs of the Empire from Morrowind.
I like the sound of that in theory. Just that bit about we. Out of my way. Oh, hello. Okay, we're not.
Is this how you honor the Sixth House and the Tribe Unmourned? Come to me openly, and not by stealth.
Tagoth Gilvoth. Here's the blood ring. Not sure what he means by stealth, honestly. Oh, there he is.
Welcome, Moon and Star, to this place where destiny is made. It began here. It will end here. Have you any parting words, or would you prefer to skip the speeches and get to our business? You are the challenger here after all, so to you goes the courtesy of the first blow. Now that you have come to me here, there can be but one result. Many times I have considered offering to share this place with you. I considered offering to accept your oath of service. You might try to buy my trust by giving me Wraithguard, Keening, and Sunder. I thought we might once again be friends, comrades, brothers in arms. But I have won this place in power by right of conquest, by right of daring and enterprise. I will not risk it to cunning and deceit. I offer you no deals. If you are my enemy, I cannot trust you. And even if you are not my enemy, I cannot let you live. It will all be decided here. I believe I will prevail, but I cannot be sure, and I am vain enough that, should I fall, I would wish to be remembered in my own words. So, if you have final questions you would ask them now. I have final questions I would ask you, if you would answer. My first question is, are you really Nerevar Reborn?
That is a good question, isn't it? That is the core question at the heart of the entire story of this game. I'm a self-willed hero, and I make my own fate. Or I know more than you do. Both of these are true. But I think Fathis believes. Chooses to believe. And would certainly say to Dagoth that he is a master of his own destiny.
You are bold. I honor your independence. You are one to teach the gods their limits. I hope the bards will praise the glory of your death in song. My second question is, if you win, what do you plan to do with the power from the heart? Will you make yourself a god and establish a thearchy? Or will you complete a Kulakan and dispute control of Tamriel with the Septums? Or will you share the heart with your followers, as I have, and breed a new race of divine immortals?
I don't think Fathers is going to tell him. I have my own plan for the heart.
Well, perhaps there may be surprises in store for me yet. Or perhaps you obscure your plans on principle. Or perhaps you are an instinctive bluffer. No matter. My final question is, if I had offered to let you join me, would you have surrendered Wraithguard, Sunder, and Keening to me to seal your oath?
Honest answer? Yes. If I had a cunning plan.
Yes, of course. I doubt that any cunning plan would have been of much use once I had the tools in hand. But now, we'll never know. Pity. But now, if you have any questions, ask them. Otherwise, you are the challenger. I await your first blow. What are your questions?
What is your plan for the heart, in your own words?
I will continue to draw divine power from the heart and distribute it to my kin and followers. I will continue to broadcast divine power upon the blight winds so that it will touch each soul on Vardenfell, and then more broadly across the waters to the rest of Morrowind and Tamriel. In time, every mortal in Tamriel shall feel the liberating contact with the divine. What are your questions?
What is your plan for the 6th house?
The 6th house will serve as the elite cadre of our movements. As cultists evolve through various stages of enlightenment, they will become, as suits their abilities, either holy warriors or priests. Their duty is to prepare themselves for service. Their joy and liberation is to enter ever more deeply into the profound enlightenment of the divine dream world. What are your questions?
What is your plan for the Dunmer?
I will free the Dunmer from the Imperial yoke and cast down the false gods of the temple. I will lead them out of their ancient superstitions and gift them with intimate knowledge of the divine. Then, perhaps, when Morrowind is once again restored to its ancient glories, it will be time to consider whether the Dunmer should cultivate ambitions of empire. What are your questions?
How do you justify everything you've done?
If, by my crimes, you mean the inevitable suffering and destruction caused by war, then I accept the burden of leadership. The 6th house cannot be restored without war. Enlightenment cannot grow without the risk of upsetting the tradition-bound and complacent herd. And the mongrel armies of the Empire cannot be expelled from Morrowind without bloodshed. As I have charity and compassion, I grieve. But our mission is just and noble. What are your questions?
What do you think happened to the Dwemer?
I have no idea what happened to the Dwemer. I've been denied the opportunity to study Wraithguard, and I am not sure how much of Kagranak's lore was invested in his tools, and how much in his own sorcery and mastery. I have long studied Kagranak, and have come to admire his wisdom and craft. Someday, after the campaigns of the 6th house are secure, I hope to have time to dedicate to this mystery. What are your questions?
Why are you building a Kulakan?
A Kulakan will serve 3 purposes. First, it will be the champion of my armies, liberating first Vardenfell, then Morrowind, and then perhaps the rest of Tamriel. Second, it will serve as a sower and cultivator of the divine substance derived from the heart. 3, it will serve as the prominent banner and symbol of our cause, to defy the Empire, to liberate mortals from ancient superstitions, and to glorify our crusade against the gods. What are your questions?
I'm finished talking. Defend yourself.
Very well. If you are impatient to begin, go ahead. You are the challenger. To you goes the first blow.
You lying bastard. I daren't hit him with absorb health. I think that would be a recipe for disaster. Let's just drink a potion. Suppose you recognise the sword at least. He's gone. It can't be that simple, can it?
What a fool you are. I'm a god. How can you kill a god? What a grand and intoxicating innocence. How could you be so naive? There is no escape. No recall or intervention can work in this place. Come, lay down your weapons. It is not too late for my mercy.
Oh, I think it is. Can I levitate in here? I can. Okay. Well, there it is, a Kulakan. And there's Dagoth making my life a misery. And there's the heart. The heart of Lorcan. Here he comes. Standing at last before the heart itself, bathed in its glow, the moment of choice has arrived. He doesn't have much time, and in the moment available, Fathis finally knows what he's going to do. He hopes the plan works. He utters the words of a special incantation of his own creation, made for just this encounter, and in a practiced movement, he reaches over his shoulder, draws the bow of shadows, and knocks one of the strange arrows from his quiver. Nobody knows from whence came the arrows of slaying. Unlike most Tamrielic artifacts, they do not appear and reappear throughout history in the hands of heroes down the ages. They have manifested themselves precisely once, and precisely where they were originally found is a secret that died with a drunken knight and his squire on the island of Solstheim. Stolen by Eric the Unworthy and placed in an old, hollowed-out tree stump behind Thirsk Mead Hall, they would, by the luckiest of happenstance, be found by Fathis, who caught a glint of light from their sharp heads in the corner of his eye. He studied the arrows for months, scouring the pages of every ancient tome at his disposal, running every magical experiment he could think of, and all he was left with was more questions and some unproven theories. His first was that the arrows must be the work of one of the Daedric princes, perhaps Mephala or Sheogorath. But the lack of any reference to them in historical records seemed to disprove that. The Daedra revel in manipulating mortals for their own amusement, and whichever of them was responsible would have surely unleashed the arrows on the world more than once to cause a bit of delightful havoc. His second theory, and this ultimately is the one he settled on, was that they were some kind of product of the trickster god Lorcan, formed of the same divine magics that could be drawn from the heart, and which the Tribunal and Dagoth had both harnessed for their own purposes. Reaching this conclusion made Fathis very uneasy indeed, and in a moment of near panic, he considered burying them in the deepest vault beneath Tel Uvirith until he knew more. But no, he regathered his thoughts and resolved that he would continue studying them as time permitted. It was during his preparations for the march on Red Mountain that he came back to the arrows, and as he gazed upon their slender and deadly forms, the seed of an idea was planted. It was almost a throwaway thought, one so stupid that he almost dismissed it entirely with an awkward laugh. What if one were to shoot them at a god? What if one could take the essence of Lorcan and distill that destructive, universe-altering potential down to a simple arrowhead and use it as a weapon? Whom could possibly hope to withstand it? It was a gamble, the mother of all bets. He wasn't even sure his theory was correct in the first place, but if he was right, even half right, well, the winner takes all. Interestingly, the man-god Vivek was quite aware of the arrow's existence, and he had his own thoughts about their origins, though there were none he chose to share with anyone. He knew what the Nerevarine had done, though, when it happened. He could feel the wrinkle in the universe as the cosmic dream was momentarily disturbed, and then, to his relief, returned to normal, like ripples on a pond fading away to stillness. He was not surprised, exactly. This was one of the three most likely outcomes he'd predicted. The first being that the Nerevarine would follow the plan, destroy the heart with Sunder and Keening, and end the tale there. It was neat, it was tidy. Azura would have her revenge at last, and the age of the tribunal would be no more. The prophecy, such as it was, would be fulfilled in the most simplistic and obvious way, and admittedly, sometimes there's a lot to be said for the simple solution. The second outcome was that the Nerevarine would fail, and Dagoth would stand triumphant. It was the worst outcome, and in his estimation, the least likely. The third was that the Nerevarine would find some other trick, some other unknown element to tip the scales in a different direction entirely. A lot of that depended on the circumstances and the character of Azura's chosen champion. The man-god, alone in his palace, smiled faintly. It was to him the most interesting outcome of the three, although, it must be said, interesting often does not mean positive. It wasn't tidy. It wasn't simple, but the world is a messy place, and things never turn out quite the way anyone expects. Least of all, Azura, who would of course be furious. That made him smile too. Under the mountain, Fathis gazed upon the heart. He could almost feel the tendrils of its divine power reaching out towards him. His gamble had paid off, to his surprise more than anyone else's. He was, quite frankly, still in a state of disbelief, but here he stood, on the spot that his life's journey had led him to all these years. One choice now led to a multitude, as he now held Keening in Wraithguard's gauntleted fingers and stood before the precipice of divinity like a sculptor eyeing up a lump of clay. Vivek had of course only instructed him on how to destroy the heart, but Vivek was not the only source of information on the subject. All these months of collecting every piece of Dwemer lore he could find, all the ancient texts, the Egg of Time, divine metaphysics, Kagranak's journals and plan book, and all the long conversations with Yagran Bagan in the bowels of the Corpusarium meant that, really, the knowledge of how to intentionally destroy the heart filled in the last pieces of the puzzle he could get his hands on. It was incomplete, of course, but like a jigsaw, once you have enough of it assembled, you can see the picture, and the hard part is already done. Of course, some questions lingered. Was this wise, to defy Azura in this way? And what of the perils of dealing with the heart itself? Was Dagoth madness of his own creation, or did the touch of the divine drive him to raving insanity? What of Kagranak and his mistakes? What catastrophe could unfold from further tampering with the heart? There was no answer to any of these, and the reason is because Fathis truly did not seriously consider them. When faced with the opportunity to shape creation, to unveil the deepest mysteries of the universe and tread the firmament as one might simply walk the pavement, any doubts cannot help but feel utterly insignificant by comparison. He had, of course, the best of intentions, he thought. With the Sharmat destroyed and the last of the tribunal soon to follow, the three gods of Morrowind would be supplanted by one, Nerevar Reborn, the second coming of Resdane's Messiah. He would shield his people in the mortal realm from the grasping talons of the Empire, and in the spiritual realm, ensure their lasting freedom from the malicious, meddling influence of the Daedric princes. However, as he stood there, he couldn't help but feel his understanding beginning to shift. Perhaps it was the heart's proximity, its power and influence rubbing off on him in the least possible way, even without manipulation from the tools. All these plans, this grand scheme he'd concocted, was starting to fall away like scales from his eyes, as a greater understanding, beyond simple mortal ken, started to leak in. How petty it was all starting to seem, how small. What use was there in ruling a corner of dirt when all of reality, and a vastness much greater than any mortal or nern had ever guessed, was waiting? For the first time, he began to realize that if he did use the tools, if he did become a god, there was no way of knowing what would happen afterwards. But he knew one thing for sure. He wanted to find out. There was no time to waste. If he was going to do this, it had to be now before anything or anyone, mortal or divine, could try and stop him. In the night sky above the mountain, Azura's star burned a fiery red in impotent rage, causing anxious eyes across Tamriel to look upwards with a worried murmur. In his palace, Vivek, feeling his own divinity slip ever faster away, marvelled at the novel sensation of no longer knowing what the future held in store. History's clock finally struck midnight, and with a few deft movements of keening and sunder, everything changed. It is said of that day that the blight winds disappeared from Red Mountain between blinks of an eye, and the creatures of Dagothur simply blew away like sand in the wind. The ghost fence fell into darkness, and Vivek emerged from the door of his palace for the first time in years with a curious expression on his face. What happened in the Heart Chamber, nobody knows. But the man that was once Fathis Ulven, Archmagister of Great House Telvanni, existed no longer. The being that now occupied his place bathed silently in the warmth of the heart and smiled.